Good evening. Our top stories this Wednesday night. A plane crashes into a house and the results are disastrous. And a desperate third heart transplant is underway at this hour for a dying man.
Sandy Hill, the Channel 2 News tonight.
Meanwhile, the search for the killers of U.S. Drug Enforcement agent Enrique Camarena Salazar is in high gear tonight. Camarena's body was one of two found by a roadside in a remote area of Mexico last night. Today, it was positively identified as Camarena. The other was a Mexican pilot who worked with the agent. The site is near a ranch raided by Mexican police last Saturday. They raided it on a tip that Camarena might be there. 6 people were killed in that raid. Camarena disappeared in Guadalajara a month ago. Coroner's office in Zamora says the bodies had been dead for about 25 days. U.S. officials say they have few clues about who or where the killers are. And we have this story just into our newsroom here at Channel 2. At least 5 explosions hit the Nicaraguan capital of Managua tonight. The state radio reports at least 2 fires are burning, one near an oil refinery, the other in downtown area near the Intercontinental Hotel. The radio is calling on Nicaraguans to place themselves on what is termed battle alert and to put themselves at the orders of police. Officials say no one has been killed or wounded. State radio says that explosives did cause the blast, but it's still unclear whether they are the work of terrorists or whether it was an accident. Meanwhile, some Nicaraguan rebels are here in Southern California tonight. They're fighting perhaps one of their toughest battles yet. That is the one for American support. Channel 2's Tony Cox reports that they ran into a lot of opposition. Well, American farmers are going to have to come up with some pretty convincing arguments, too, if they're going to successfully fight President Reagan's veto of a bill to aid the debt-ridden farmers. Protests in Washington did no good today as the president struck down the multi-million-dollar package. Mr. Reagan said his veto curbs excessive congressional spending. House Speaker Tip O'Neill conceded the House does not have the necessary votes to override the veto, but farmers vow their fight is not over. Crime and controversy are apparently following L.A.'s street cruisers. Cruisers driving their hot rods crowded Elysian Park tonight until the LAPD came in and closed the park down. That forced the cruisers out after they became a nuisance. The cruisers have been barred from the San Fernando Valley and East Los Angeles after neighbors complained of noise, vandalism, and rowdiness. Well, now neighbors in Elysian Park, including a hospital administrator, have the same complaint. Well, the leader of the street racers, that's Willie Brown, says he's been trying since 1966 to find some neutral area for his cruisers, but so far his efforts have met with no success at all. At this very moment, doctors at the University of Arizona are giving a dying man his 3rd heart transplant in 36 hours. The second of the 3 was an unapproved artificial heart. Tonight, another human heart was found. It was flown to Arizona. Earlier, the unidentified man's body rejected one transplant, the human heart, leading to the unauthorized transplant of an artificial one. Now, the Food and Drug Administration tonight says that the surgical team violated federal law by implanting that artificial heart, which has not been approved yet. Well, it's expected to get a lot worse before it gets any better along the Illinois River. Many towns there are literally buried in water tonight. In Peoria, the swollen river is 10 feet above its banks, and it's expected to rise even more by the weekend. The record floods have forced thousands from their homes so far. Here in the Sierra Nevada mountains, it is heavy snow that is causing all the problems. Tonight, avalanche warnings are in effect as 3 to 4 feet of new snow threatens to come crashing down. All the major roads are reportedly open, but there's very poor visibility.
Sandy Hill, the Channel 2 News tonight.